Hello, Ignacy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Ignacy, good afternoon. I'm Radosław Koszewski, chairman of the committee. Together with
Mhm.
me, there are Michał Stępniewski, who is vice president of Queen Hedvig Scholarship Foundation and vice president of PKO BP Bank Hipoteczny,
Mhm.
and Mr. Łukasz Olek, an entrepreneur who is owner of company Franki.
All right.
Ignacy, you will have 5 minutes to present yourself. Then we will have
Mhm.
up to 3 minutes, each of us, to ask
Mhm.
you a question and listen to your answers. Then we will give you a feedback. Is
All
it
right.
clear?
Okay. So I have just one question. Do you see my presentation right now?
Yes, we do.
All right. So to just start about talking about myself, introducing, and I would like to first talk about my hobby, which is history, politics, law, international affairs. It all started when I was in primary school. I think that was seventh grade, when I was, I can say, inspired by my history teacher. To discover this subject, and I can recall that the first moment in history when I was impressed by by this subject was the Napoleonic era, and later on, my hobby spread into the topics like politics, law, and international affairs. And later on, in the seventh grade, I started and I became a laureate of a history competition about the Battle of Warsaw in 1920. And later on, next year, in eighth grade, I continued that competition run and became a laureate of a competition organized by the Mazovian Voivodeship Board of Education about the political and social sciences. And that was a great opportunity to also learn more and be rewarded with chance to pick every school where I would like to continue my study later on. And those about the achievements in my primary school, we have here on the left the poster about the competition about the Battle of Warsaw, and those two signs. One is the symbol of the Mazovian Board of Education, and the last one is for my diploma from the both competitions. About my school, which I could actually, as I said, I could pick due to the becoming a laureate every school in a Mazovian voivodeship. I picked Tadeusz Czacki, 27th High School in Warsaw, one of the oldest high school in Poland, and I can say after those nearly 3 years that it was an awesome pick, and I'm grateful that I have such a great culture of working here, of learning. We have lovely teachers, great classmates, and great atmosphere to develop each other. And my majors are math, geography, and social sciences. So this is I chose these majors due to my interest in those three subjects. Later on, both my achievements in high school. Last year, in second grade, I became laureate of 3 Olympiadas, and the most prestigious one, if you can say that word, is the one on the left side of the screen. And due to becoming the laureate of this Olympiad, I'm able to pick actually every university in Poland where I would like to go to continue my journey with social sciences and political sciences. And besides my journey in school, or generally just journey with developing my knowledge, I also participate in some volunteers activity. Basically, I took part in WOŚP Grand Final as a volunteer multiple times. Every year also I support Szlachetna Paczka charity, and when I was in primary school, I was responsible for organizing the action in my primary school, and I also had once opportunity to deliver those packages to people who needed them, and that was there was a great chance to actually see the differences in the Polish society, how diverse it is. And later on, also since the primary school, I have been organizing book collections for hospitals among my mates. I'm a huge enjoyer of books, of reading, and basically we just been organizing this action for, I don't know, like 8 years from now. So it's plenty of time. And my second hobby is sports. When I was younger, as most of the little boys in Poland, I was a huge enjoyer of soccer, and I was playing soccer. But later on, I lost my interest in this game, and I found two new fascinating sports: so basketball and American football. And the USA is basically a hometown for those two sports, and I'm a huge fan of both NFL and NBA. And also, besides some fun and emotion, those two deliver each year, each season. It is a great source of the inspiration about, for example, work ethic or how the superstars in those two leagues work each year to develop, to move on, and to be more competitive. And why actually do I wish to go to the Silicon Valley? I consider the whole Silicon Valley as not only math and IT rated place, but this is also a sign, an example of US open-minded way of development. And most of the companies located in Silicon Valley are just synthesis of this idea. Secondly, like the Queen Hedvig Scholarship program is also an opportunity to meet other teenagers from a few countries, not only the Poland, to discuss, inspire each other, to try to understand other ideas, point of view, thoughts. And this is basically the whole idea of Silicon Valley, to exchange thoughts between people, to find the best solutions, to inspire each other. And also, I wish I can go to the Silicon Valley after my last year trip to New York, where I was on an education first course for plenty of weeks. I graduated with a C2 certificate, and I felt amazed by American people, their kindness, helpfulness, as I said before, how they open-minded are. And I would be delighted to discover the Silicon Valley as much as I did in New York. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you very much. Michał, may I ask you for a question?
Yes, my first question is because I'm visiting every Sunday, maybe not every Sunday, but very often, the one of the church in Warsaw, where is the monument of the Tadeusz Czacki, and I'm looking on this guy who was very famous. But how old was Tadeusz Czacki, more or less, when he was died?
Can you just repeat the question, because I not hear it super well?
The question is, do you know the age of the Tadeusz Czacki, more or less, when he died? How old was he?
There wasn't something around 40 years old, I think.
Yes, between 40 and 50, yes. Less than 50.
But 40 and 50, I said.
Yeah. My question is because he was very young when he died, in the opinion of the people now, because the people live usually more than 60 years or 70 years.
Yeah.
But he became very famous, and he became very famous very quick. So he is the symbol of the education, he is the symbol of the knowledge. So that's my first question. The another one question is the snooker, because they say that you're interested in the snooker. That's not very popular sport in Poland. How did you discover this sport? Who showed the first time this?
You're talking about the soccer, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Because the soccer is not the football exactly, I think so. That's if I mean well, yeah. This is the American football.
You're asking about the American football, right?
I'm asking about the soccer meaning of the American football. Is it correct or not? Because you are talking about the soccer like the.
Okay, if we are talking about the soccer, I can recall that my first meeting with the football, like soccer specifically, was something around 2014. I was a huge Real Madrid fan, and I remember the UCA Champions League final, where there was an equalizer in the last minutes of the match, and this is the moment when I became a huge supporter of Real Madrid and fan of football. And later on, weeks maybe after this final, I started going on some trainings, some camps to.
So you are talking about the soccer like about the football. Yes, the origin of
Yeah,
football.
yeah. But
Because
you
there
were
are two
asking.
meanings of the soccer, it's a little bit different in the rules in the soccer and the football, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe my question is not correct. And the another one question is about your knowledge, interesting of the history, and that's what we are reading, in an essay about the Franklin Delano Roosevelt. What do you think? What was his huge impact for the history of Poland? Which of the moment was the most important in his life? Do you think there are any great impacts for this what's happened in Poland after or before the Second War when he was the president?
So you're asking? I can't really have the question. So can you just?
I ask about your opinion about the impact of the history of Poland. Delano Roosevelt.
So you're asking
which one of his decisions has the most important impact for the history of Poland?
All right. So you're just asking about the Franklin Delano impact on Polish history, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. In my opinion.
The
Okay. So basically, I can start with saying something about the World War II and the many conferences, as well in Tehran and in Yalta. And, as one of the members of Big Three, along Winston Churchill and Stalin, they created a new way of Europe, new way of world, actually. He wasn't there in the Potsdam, where the final...
So that's why, my question is, what was the positive impact or the negative impact, in your opinion?
It is actually about you're asking for, if you would like me to say what is the positive impact of his what's his positive impact on Poland. I would say definitely that the conferences and in Yalta and in Tehran are the positive way of how he enforced his power to impact the Poland, because in contrast, we can hear from many historians that we were, left during the World War II or after World War II. We were treated pretty smoothly. We were still independent after World War II. We weren't we were not the part of the Soviet Union, as for example the Baltic countries, and I think this is a positive impact. It's pretty.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much. Congrats.
Łukasz, one question, if I may ask you.
Yes, my question would be about what are you the most passionate about when you think about your future, 5-10 years?
Okay. When I think about my future and what am I passionate about is to become more like in future I would like to study law, maybe in Poland, maybe outside of the Poland, but I'm most passionate about my future is to just to become one of the best lawyers in the Poland, to develop to still be kind of competitive in this area, because it is this area of living is based on still gaining new knowledge, of practicing, and I think this is the thing I'm most excited about.
Okay, thank you.
And Ignacy, which period in a history you like most?
I think it's this pretty dynamic question. Like the answer is pretty dynamic. I would say right now my favorite moment in history is 19th century, because this is the only century where there was no Polish nation, where no Polish nation was under 3 other countries. But maybe like a few months ago, I would surely tell you that I was a huge fan of 18th century, of late Polish country in 18th century. I'm actually enjoyer of history of Tadeusza Czackiego life, his impact on Poland mostly, his new open-minded way of thinking to just save our country.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Ignacy.
Right.
Michał, may I ask you for the feedback?
My feedback is that your presentation was, you do it on the chill out. It means very, very, very natural. So thank you very much, because that I didn't see any nervous situation in your speech. So that looks very natural. So that's great, because it's very important in the contact, the official or not official contact with other people, first of all. The another one that's it's not many people who is interesting very deeply the history, but I think that I'm also historically interested in the history, and the history helped me to understand the future. And I think that is a good target if we can understand what's happened historically, and we can use this knowledge in our real time and do the impact for the future. So we should. And thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So thank you so much for sparing the time and willingness to listen to this interview. And thank you again.
Yes, I don't have anything to add. Thank you very much. It was very good, very nice presentation.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ignacy. Very good presentation. Now you need to wait for results. You will know them in a couple of weeks. And I wish you best of luck.
Okay, appreciate you guys. Thank you for just giving my time. Thank you very much.
Bye.